Hello everyone. So in today's video I want to talk about two things that you can almost guarantee if you have a relationship with a Filipina. Number one is jealousy and number two is Tampo. So we'll go ahead and dive into that in just a second. Stay tuned. Alright, so first let's talk about Tampo. Tampo, and this is the Tagalog word for it. I'm not sure of the Visayan word. Somebody who's from the Visayans can comment down below and let me know. But Tampo, basically in Philippine culture, it just really is like silent treatment. The definition refers to a range of behavior in which a person withdraws his or her affection or cheerfulness from a person who has hurt his or her feelings. Basically, it's like sulking, or it's kind of the closest translation, I guess. So, Tampo, if you're in a relationship already with a Filipina, then you already know this all too well. Now, a lot of guys will complain about it, but personally, me, coming from being married to an American woman who constantly yelled. That was my greeting when I would come home from work, is just constant yelling and arguing all the time. To be honest, I would much rather have Tampo, where they're just silent. Obviously, you know something's wrong when they're silent. Often, for example, with my last girlfriend, if we were in the mall, maybe my eyes looked to the left and I noticed a pretty girl. She would get jealous, and we'll talk about jealousy in a second here, but jealousy often leads to Tampo. But all of a sudden, she would start walking at a faster pace, or she would no longer hold my hand and just be silent. And sometimes it would just last 15 minutes, depending on what set her off or what upset her. It could last half the day. But again, if I have a choice between an American woman or a Western woman and a constant yelling battle or an argument, or having Tampo and the silent treatment, I would choose the silent treatment. Yes, it's not healthy. It's good to talk about things and voice what's the matter. But again, this is their culture, and I don't know if you're going to exactly change them. If you're in a serious relationship with a Filipina, obviously you can talk to her about it and explain, listen, well, in the West, we like to talk about things. So hopefully over time it will get better, but I mean, expect it, okay? So if if you're new to dating a Filipina or having a Filipina girlfriend and you get the silent treatment, just know that something upset her. Something is the matter, okay? And then it's your job to try to find out what's going on. Now, my ex would tell me, I would say, well, why not talk about it? Why be silent? And she would say, because if I'm silent, it's better not to say something that maybe later I will regret. And in a way, I guess that's not really a bad thing. You get into an argument with a Western woman, you start exchanging swearing or whatever, or something insulting that later maybe you apologize for, but you can't really take it back because in the back of your mind you know what she said, or she knows what you said, and they don't forget it, right? So maybe in a way Tampo really isn't a bad thing. But again, I think if you talk to your Filipina girlfriend, wife, dating, whatever, and you explain, well, let's at least kind of try to talk about it. I think at some point you guys can get into a middle ground, and Tampo doesn't have to be a bad thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about jealousy in the Philippines. All right, so we talked about Tampo, and often Tampo is caused by jealousy, and jealousy is pretty normal here in the Philippines, and you may say, well, what's different? In the West, women get jealous too. Yeah, some do, but not like here. I'll give you a worst case scenario. Okay, I don't want any Filipino who's watching this to think that all Filipinos are like this, because they are not. There are many Filipinos who don't really get jealous and act like this, but there are a lot that do. So, and I do think it's a little more extreme than the West. Now, and I'll get into some reasons why I think that is. But I'm going to give you a worst case. My very first girlfriend that I had, she would actually want me to gain weight. Like, she would try to feed me like extra food, because she was jealous that she thought that if I looked too good and too slim, then other girls would look at me, and she was jealous. So she wanted me to actually get chubby and a little overweight, so women wouldn't look at me. So that's one example. Another example, a girl I had dated for a few weeks, she would say, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And this is often the case. You'll get lots of messages from Filipinas who are wondering, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And for example, I was at the grocery store one time, and so I said, "Well, I'm just at the grocery store." And she would always want a selfie. She would want to see where I'm at and if there's others around and things like that. So it's like I would literally pick up some fruit at the grocery store, or milk, and be in the aisle and do a selfie to send to her, just to set her mind at ease that, yes, I am really in the store, and I am actually grocery shopping. Okay. Now, those are some worst case examples. Now, I find that Filipinos who college educated and who are working full time, I guess college educated really doesn't matter too much, but if they're working full time, they don't have the time to be like checking on you every 2 seconds and kind of controlling your life a bit. They got their own thing going on. But when a Filipina doesn't work and she's just bored and sitting at home, and you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend, and if you're away from each other, their minds tend to think, okay, where is he? What is he doing? And I believe the reason is because as a foreigner, I think they get even a little bit more jealous because we're a little bit more of a hot commodity here. And so they know that other Filipinas are attracted to us. And so I think that causes some jealousy. But even with their Filipino boyfriends, they get jealous. And another reason why is I think cheating is pretty prevalent here in the Philippines. Not really the women so much, but the guys. It is not uncommon at all to hear a story from a Filipina girl where her Filipino boyfriend has cheated on her, and they've forgiven them a couple times. And in the West, if you cheat one time, the relationship is typically over. There is no second chances. But in the Philippines, you'll often hear stories where their Filipino boyfriend has cheated, and it's been 2-3 times, and they're still with them, or they finally ended it after like 3 times or something, which I find just crazy, because if my girlfriend cheated, for example, I don't have a girlfriend now, but if she had cheated, I would just end it. That would be it for me. I don't give a second chance for cheating. That's one thing I won't give a second chance on. But some Filipinos do give second chances and third chances and even fourth chances. And it's common where a Filipina will get pregnant and the guy takes off, or he's creates a family with another Filipina, which I think is extremely shitty. For any guy to do that and not take care of his kid, but that's a whole other video. But that's basically what I wanted to talk about is Tampo and jealousy. Just expect it. It's pretty prevalent here in the Philippines. I think over time, when they see that you're a good guy and you're faithful and you will set their mind at ease, and they're not going to be checking on you every 2 seconds. In a strange way, I almost like a Filipina to be a bit jealous like that and to be a little clingy. No, not 100% jealous and clingy all the time, but I kind of enjoy them. Like, like this is my guy, and I'm holding on to him. I kind of like it. So call me crazy if you will, but I don't mind it so much, and I don't really mind the Tampo so much. But like I said, I think over time, Tampo goes away the more she spends time with a Westerner, and also jealousy will tend to go away once she's had more time with you and sees that you're a good person. So again, questions, comments, comment down below. Let's have a conversation down below, and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification to stay up to date with the latest content, and I'll see you guys next time.